Lisa virus, also known as rabies, was discovered about 4,300 years ago, in 2300 BC. And along with this came the start of the most deadly virus ever! You know, rabies has about, look at this, almost 100% fatality rate. Less than 20 documented cases of rabies survival exists, and even fewer without the vaccine. And you know what? That's the best part, because the final part is the best part, because getting rabies is suffering. Some symptoms include hyperactivity, easy agitation, foaming of the mouth, hydrophobia, and between about 3 days to 2 weeks, death. In 2004, there was a woman. She got rabies, and she was in induced coma for 2 weeks. After getting the symptoms, she did not get the vaccine. She is the first documented person to have survived rabies. In 1st century AD,
my name is Black Brown.
The Romans finally had a good idea. They found that rabies is transmitted through the bite of an infected animal. However, their cure for rabies was not the best. It involved basically just waterboarding them. Just waterboarding someone with rabies. Whoever didn't drown, well, they died of rabies. You know, in the world, dogs are the most common way to get rabies. However, in the United States, it's bats. And you know, if you get a rodent infestation, you might be like, oh no! If they bite me, I could get rabies! Actually, no. There have been no documented cases of someone getting rabies from a rodent bite. Whether that be rats, mice, possums, hamsters even. Gerbils. So yeah. Lisa virus. Morbidly fascinating. A few more things. You know, people think of rabies as like something that turns you into a mindless killing machine. That's actually not true. In fact, people who get rabies, there have been no documented cases of a human biting another person to give them rabies. It's in animals because that happens a lot in animals because they, well, don't exactly have as much control over their bodies as people do. Now, even with rabies, people have basically no control of their bodies, but like, they still know deep down that biting is a no-no. However, hydrophobia is a real thing.
You stink.
Huh? What was that, Waluigi?
I said you stink.
Say it to my face! Say it to my face! Damn it! Alright, now that that's covered, let's get back to explaining. So yeah, like I was saying, people with rabies, and animals too, get extreme hydrophobia. Like, just the sight of water makes them real. Like, if you, like, there's a video of a person with rabies trying their absolute hardest to get some water, but every time they get their lips to the cup, they just, like, recoil back, like that. Rabies is scary. It just takes over the brain. You're basically a zombie almost. Kind of like a zombie too, because if you get bitten, you get infected too. Just straight up a zombie. Okay. And also, I like how rabies rhymes with babies. Alright. Now, for the finale of this, the conclusion. What does rabies tell us about basically whatever? What does rabies tell us? And you know what rabies tells us? Rabies tells us to go suck on an egg. Rabies is unrelentless and very scary. However, it is treatable. Get this. Vaccines were invented in the late 1800s. Rabies vaccines were invented in the late 1800s by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. And, you know, the guy who coined the term pasteurize. And it worked. There was a boy who was suffering from rabies, and he gave him the vaccine. He survived. And you can survive too. Get this. If you get bitten by an animal, do not panic. Go to the hospital. Get your rabies shot. Get your rabies shot! Do it!
I'm back, loser.
Oh no, he's back. He's back. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here.
Oh god! Oh god! Ah!
Suck on that, cheetard. For Luigi time.